Alright. Oh, look! You're loaded in. Mute that. Uh, and I've just accidentally resized the main window. I'm sure that's fine, right? Right. Where's the stupid... Okay, it's one of these stupid things. Okay. Offset. No, I want no pixels off the side. Is that sized right now? Okay. There. Hopefully that's back to normal. Let's try not to accidentally click and drag that. Alright. Oh. This crystal's going to be annoying, but doable. I've got the turtles, but I've also got an elixir queued up. I've got an elixir to do. In the table. It's going to be annoying to recover the amount. Some blank upgrades, okay. How much nonsense do I not want to deal with? Enough that I throw one of the traps don't exist on it? No. If I'm going to throw traps don't exist, I want at least some bonus to it. And honestly, I could do that with, if I want to have some kind of bonus, I could throw this. Noting that, well, yeah, it gives you the bonus. And then it only gives you scav or elixir. Which gives you a fairly decent chance on this, I think. Or is that only... Yeah, I think the plunderers only give you scav and elixir. Well, I know for a fact the Bernie ones, or whatever they are, do. Look, I don't have to set my scav bag for once. I have to say, this is one of my favorite rooms. Not because it's like easy to navigate or anything, but just I like its style. Coins. Give nothing. Wouldn't give 2? Is that 2? Okay. So wooden is not nothing, at least. But it's not significant. Thank God for hitboxes and 23. Dwellers are 3 apiece. Tanks are going to be 9. Tanks are always 9. Hordes are 1 apiece. So hordes are probably not going to win it for me, but they aren't nothing. Wooden is 2. Ornate is 2. Coins are still nothing. There's a chance. There's a chance that, anyways, I love reach. Reach is useful. There's a chance that ores are something with these other ones rolling low, but it might be that these all are low because the max is low as well, so the whole thing might be a reduced amount. Three there. Three there. Right. This is one of the other ones I can steal, lightning rods from. Yeah, this might be a rather abysmal vault to actually get through. Unless ores got their roll and I find a lot of ores. How's that night vaulting going, huh? I'm clearly on my A game. Looks like, yes, we do have the wooden secret over there. Wait, you can spot that? Yeah. It's really annoying to spot up here. But you can. Living is 4. So at least this is juicy, like that. Alright. Bonk. I think, yeah, that's all the points of interest in this room. 100% on that room. All cleared out. About a fifth of everything done. So, on track, give or take for time. If I don't keep botching jumps. Come on, I'm supposed to get mana for killing things. Yeah, I'm feeling the swap on the helmet already. But 6% lucky hit. Probably that means I should swap over to Life Leech and start running mana regenerates as long as I've got full health. That's my next batch of points. Lovely. Like, I don't have more traps than usual, right? Am I just moving too quick and it's like, you're not allowed to have that many chests. Like, okay, yeah, it is 1 in 40, 2.5%. But still, like, am I hitting that many chests? If I had something like an ornate secret I could see in this room, I would be tempted to do that one. I could probably do it anyways, but... I'm currently running on poor choices. Let's not make extras. That's empty. Okay. Eggy is Mecha Room. Because I can't see a glow anywhere in here, which means... Since I am in room 2 of 2 I've been in so far. Okay, that one was a pig lag there. Almost didn't make that one base. Like, I felt that time lag between the button and my own jump there. Eggy? Can't be missing hits like that. Especially not against creepers. Like, yeah, they're not likely to blow me up, but it's still bad form. Anyways. Feeling that mana loss. I can't dash as much, which just feels bad. Alright. Toxic Root is toxic, so let's approach it a sensible way. By turning my back on the skeletons, they're slowly approaching me from that ceiling earlier that I'd never cleared out. Anyways, confidence is dropping a little bit on this vault. But I mean, why else am I playing this late? But to have bad play rate. Trinket scrap. I can make better things already, but a loot belt for 17 with the discount, like, I can't say that that's not worth the amount of gold. No ornate secret. Don't jinx it, don't jinx it, don't jinx it. I am not currently on pace to complete. Without fruit. The amount of fruit I am off pace is minimal. But does exist. Upstairs. There. Only one tank on that spawner. Disappointing, that's not going to help with the pace. How far into this do I have to go to? That far. I just skirted the outer edge of the camp and managed to avoid it, apparently. You know, if I got a trinket, I want the next one to be Ender Anchor. It's not powerful, but, like, it feels less bad when I don't have loot get stuck on the slightest edge So, please be an anchor, please be an anchor, please be an anchor. Like, it doesn't matter at this moment what it rolls. Giant's Heart. Oh. Decent roll for more, so that gives me a failsafe. It says 7's there. I was not reading the top number, so I can't say for certain that it was in fact giving me the 6's that the numbers seem to imply. Alright. That's that one. Tanks. I was out of toilet paper. Further in, then further out. Is this an ore room? Yes. And I could tell from the numbers that there was a significant amount missing someplace. Let's see. Five. That tracks. That tracks with Josh math. But that still makes ores more valuable than anything but tanks item for item. And tanks are still only 2 to a point of interest, whereas most ores on any of the points of interest are going to be more than that. So I will take a lucky high roll on the ores. I would like copiously on something besides like Alexandrite and Larimar. Tank. No. Champion Dweller. It gave me a rather low quality sword. I do hope that their gear is decently pushed. After the No More Plus update. Okay. Yep. Much better on pace here. And that's a good enough point of interest to warrant some time. Die, baby. I say is it has a total of like 3 ores in it. Four minutes. If I don't botch things like the jumps and killing the mobs effectively, I'll be fine. And worst case scenario, I Leroy Jenkins a room and see how many of the mobs I can bait to come fight me at the lodestone. He says, opening up another shop. Look. Those used to be good. Good to buy back in the day. Ooh. If I was not, like, needing the points of interest downstairs to complete this stupid thing, I'd be tempted to greed a barrel or 5 from that dungeon. Especially with the point of interest. And turning all the down here. But I can't trust that I wouldn't do something stupid like, not have those wooden chests mined in time, and then die because these hadn't finished walking up. And I'm nowhere near the mobility I would need to jump to that. I am a little bit disappointed that we don't have even the semblance of dead leaves in this one anymore. High rendering glitch because it couldn't register that. That's not how you put out a fire. You have to hit it with your hands. Everybody knows you hit fire directly with your hands to put it out. Boys, like, stop it. Kill dungeon mobs. I got time for that. Fine. I can now find the objective pillars. Yay. That'll be helpful. One pack of cards. 2 pack of cards. I now have this to add to there. Got some plating out of it. Got a decent amount of chrome. Alright. Artifact. Echo. What'd I get loot-wise? Anything good? 11 mod boxes, so I'm starting to see the post 50 mod box curve. Level 59. Sash Sloman's away. Person-shaped egg. No lost bounties, unfortunately. That still needs drowned hide, which means since I didn't hit 60, I need another vault run. And it's almost certainly best to do scav, because I need the drowned hides for the turn-in. Turtles I only need for eggs. Let's see, I've got 4 turtles in there, so seagrass. Eggs, seagrass. Six turtles. Then I stick the seagrass back in here. I grab the bucket. I ask where in the world I put my, what you call it? Shears. Okay, 32 turtles maxes out the amount of eggs I can get from that, because it's 4 batches of 4, which are the max that can be laid on a single spot. And since people were crashing servers with sheep, everything else gets penalized as well. Yes, yes. I'm still holding on to that one. Go ahead. Just do the math on that one. How long have I had that one still in my back burner? If it still comes up. People crashing servers by shearing sheep in animal pens. Anyone got the trivia answer? Bueller. You're making Bueller jokes to an empty chat, sir. Well, that explains why nobody's answering. Coal is coal. Really? Huh. It did prioritize the compressing for where the coal went. Cool. F heal. Alright. So that nonsense is done already. What else? Okay, none of those are live yet. One from this. One from this. One from this. Driftwood is overflowing. Not just can't go away. It is overflowing. So that means I've probably got about... Right. I managed to fill all those slots, which means all I've got... Which, like, okay, that is not a hard thing to overflow right now. Because what do I have? I have to manually compact this stuff. Okay, I could put that, but it means that, like, it's always compressing this away, and then what am I going to do with it? I could always stick some stack upgrades in it. And by stack upgrades, I mean one. Driftwood is going to build up enough that I can absolutely guarantee it's worthwhile for me to throw some tiers on it. Eggs are done. That's another 3 eggs. Unless I also hit the stupid thing with 6 grass. I only have 5 seagrass, so we're going to hit it with 4 seagrass because that will also yield a nice round 8 in the pen. Then we bucket. One of these days I will actually do something about the fact it keeps knocking that into that. We got Turnips 92 as daycare. Turnips get to stay in the tube for a little bit longer. Shears exist here somewhere? Shears. Flint and steel, pickaxe. I've got regular old shears someplace. I haven't burned them to the ground yet. They're not hiding there. Not in there. Not in there. shears. Shears. There's the stupid shears. Alright. Now we swim over, let's say, right here. Then we go. It feels almost like the suppressors are lower range than they have been previously. I might be mistaken, but anyways. Six. Yeah. Let's open the root beer 3 centimeters from the mic. So it will specifically release the pressure immediately sideways. As a safety measure on this, it has a void upgrade, but it's set to only the sugarcane. The bundles, if I make it into bundles, it stays as bundles. The sugarcane itself overflowing does void. You know, just in case. Alright. This is another even number, so I can simply do this. $18 makes it 27, which means after that one I won't just be able to go. It's an even number. One of the things with the ability to jar out, and then 24, and then when I breed 24, I get another 12 and get 36, which puts me a little over the limit required to what you call it, to get the max amount of 16 eggs in a go. But it does let me yeah, 36, then because it's a multiple of 4, gets another even number. Sure, it's adding 18, but it's still an even number again after that. Plus yeah, that wasn't the most efficient way if I'm trying for eggs. But at the same time, turtles being ready to breed is such an odd and slightly creepy sound. Alright. I'm actually going to be lazy and say that's good enough. We are going to take some turtles and see how much we can break Minecraft's code with re-release turtles from jars near Amanda's, because I went and I searched all these beaches for turtles, and it took me quite a ways to find any turtles. So just in case, we're going to leave some turtles so she'll be able to find some. Because heck, if I would want to have to go and find turtles like that again. Anyways, that's done. Mossy Cobble? You gotta go find dungeons. No. Fortunately, we're in the sensible era of Minecraft, where you can craft Mossy Cobble entirely by vanilla. So, like, we're not even being cheeky with some weird modded one like we do with cobwebs. Though, to be fair to vanilla Minecraft right now, it is extremely easy in modern era Minecraft to get cobwebs. Sure, some people might be a little bit annoyed by it and go, what do you mean it's easy? It's like, no, like, it is easy. Compared to what we used to have to put up with. Anyways, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 makes 1 stack. 1 stack plus 1 stack is 1 stack. Thanks, Minecraft Math. You remind me of Josh. We needed Mossy Cobble, and I didn't bother to actually like stop and look at those properly. I probably should have. Lapis and big flowers. Big flowers is 1 bone meal per big flower I need. So is like 3 bone blocks. And 1 big flower. 1 big flower. Calcite. Blue ice. 1, 2, 3. We immediately turn that into white dye because it's funny. Kidding. There we go. Lapis, we needed 28, which is... one less than this. Precise count, precise count. 1 less than this. Thanks. Those drop. 4. Okay, so I misread that. It happens. This goes here. Did I ever move tropical fish into this any place? Yes. That goes there. This is now emptied of what I need to empty it of. This still needs cycled past ores. Alright, so that's overly full. As expected. Like, it's not that big of a deal to actually go and deal with that, so you should go deal with that. And then we go, what? 61. $16 is nice. Um, the other half of power transfer. Nothing yet to give any power. All right. None of these are iron except for these. So I could push one of these up to diamond inherently. Because, like, that's a healthy amount of nonsense storage space for those. Always hate the batch composters or whatever. It's like, really? Anyways, with the vacuumulator, I could set that up next to the cactus and let it have a field day. I don't think it can properly unload all of that quick enough. Alright. Add a nonsense space in there. Which means, truth be told, I should do this. Brain is not braining. Live coral. Fans. Pickles. Glowing sacks are already done, and moss is already done. Effectively. I said I was going to start using bags as, like, modded storage, right? Right? Truth be told, I'm going to use drawers for those. Because as long as you don't put, like, power into the batteries or set down the machines or things like that, you can just, like, freely shove those back into drawers, and they have the same NBT. So, like, all this, which, hey, look, turns out some of the things I just shoved into that should just come over here and go in this box, because I've already got it. But that's, like, okay. And other things, like I said, let's see. 20. I need some 3s if I'm going to be doing compression on the Larimar and whatnot. Let's see. Player gems are player gems. I don't need to compress them like that. Gotta love the long spammers. Like, no, I'm not adding people on Discord, and I do not care about anybody with 10 million subscribers. Because honestly, if anyone with 10 million subscribers even takes notice of me, they could, I don't know, simply choose to make my day by, I don't know, dropping me some, like, some of their revenue. Like, I say as though I've got any amount of revenue accessibility right now, because I have not turned it on and I do not intend to. Okay, limited barrel 3. Limited barrel 3. We've got Larimar, Benny. I don't think I need it. Alex. I don't think there's any recipe that uses perfect Alex. Like, at least the seals use the base. Oh, and really deep bucket. But yeah, like, nothing uses this except to get back to this, so I don't need that for perfect. Black opal. The only things that use perfect are big ass sigil, bigger ass sigil, smaller sigil, or big sigil. Okay, yeah, like it's sigils, which means like in theory I could have it already compressing to that, but like I don't intend to be doing anything with this. In the same way, hey, you can directly infuse the really big echo. So I don't think that is going to come up. Painite. Pain in all capital letters, because why not? Painite, at least the cores automatically need that. And then nothing utilizes these directly. Perfect Painite is just a step because we don't have a 4x4 grid to directly make the extraordinary. Wooded Eye doesn't exist. The player gems don't compress like that. So right. Alex is also a 2. And then the player gems, I can give them standard barrel 1s. Which 7, so I need to make a few more. But let's do this the right way. By removing the link. Okay. This actually works out fairly well because these I've already matched down as 2s. So it's not even going to look wrong. Grab this back out. I need 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll need this. Now on the threes, it's smallest mid, big, so big, mid, small, lockety lock, 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 lock. Link. Alright. Benny, boys. Bopping around the Christmas tree. Get your butt up there right now. Alright. Now I need some redstone, 1 redstone, and 7 redstone blocks. Lets me take this. $43. This is more than I need. I've already pulled those. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is more than I need because plank is 1. I need standard barrels, standard barrels. Bop. Bop. Alright. Alright. Bop, bop. Solves that. Okay. 3. Yeah. Does mean that technically let's see. I don't like having the pre-compressed echo because once you start dealing with RS, you do have a chance of accidentally overcrafting, especially if you have pre-compressed on like the echo or the bubble. Gorgeous. Iskall, Spark, Bomb, Bits, Tub, Oop, Zine, and Ash. Alright. That's sorted out. I need to hit 65 before my tools run out. I've already put the scab seal in, right? Okay, so we can put that in there. And then continue to ignore this. Then we take this, we put that there. Double blade living pants, but yeah. Double blade is worth rolling. Boots or not. Because, what, that's a strict upgrade on the front end. Maybe, yeah, its attack speed is slower, is about it. But like, that's fairly decent already, except I want a lucky hit. If I can. Fortunately, this is one of the 2-3s. If it was a 3-2, that would be better. Like, it's had some good ones if I was doing anything but trying to get lucky hit off of it. Okay. It's still an upgrade. The attack speed might even make it worthwhile. Poison is not something I am going to be annoyed by, unlike fear. So this one gets a pass. Now, I've also got the problem. Pants. To really take advantage of Lucky Hit, I need 6 points from someplace. What is something I am willing to burn 6 points off of, either individually or like I've got 2 in the bank at the moment anyways. Do I Okay. First things first. This is going to be painful. But if I go to, like, in theory, I should have thrown those 4 points at Lucky Momentum. But I think that's my next batch of levels. Is the Lucky Momentum. And it's like 95 or whatever percent. And like anyone who's been listening to me healing during the runs knows how much I spam heal. We're going to put these in the storage. I'm not going to be completing right now anyways, but I pre-did a batch of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because I think I need to actually be in Okay, that explains some things. I don't think I can directly get coral outside of being in, even using the fans. So time to go test that. If that's true, then I'm going to have to travel anyways. Because I'm not botany pots. Yeah. That appears true anyways. Because that did not generate even a single fan. But that tells me that botany pots definitely needs to be on my radar. As more a... I might even have to be the one to crack it for myself. Only 45 diamonds. Yeah, like that. Not to mention 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 more compacting drawers added to my potential array. 7, which just pushes like that'd be another 14, or as the new ones go, 50. No, not 56. 140 minus 14 is 126. Yeah, another 126 added to the requirements. One useful thing to know, even though I haven't slept recently, in-game as well, is that if you're below 64, you can't get spawns of these sky ratses. Why can I think of the name of them? Phantoms. There we go. You ask why you can't think of them. It's because you're currently set up to spawn. Pickles. I love how there's just like a batch of pickles here that does not appear to have a coral on them. Which, like, does that mean that somebody's been by to harvest it, or just sometimes you get a batch of pickles without coral? Anyways, have I said how envious I am of the ability of, like, builders? Like, if I buckle down, I can I can also manage to build like that, or at least on a similar tier, but alright. That's sorted. So the next one's going to be easy. I can kind of hop out, grab the, like, 2 glow ink sacs from Maine, because I don't think I've wandered them over here yet. And then once I've done that, and the half stack of moss. That has already gone into a drawer. That's clear. This is clear. Alright. Reset filter. Food resets on entry. And glowstone I stuck here. That will slightly annoy me. Alright. Arguably so will that. How are we doing on skulls? 3? So I could make 3 more cages. Cool. Probably should do that in relatively short order. Alright. Purple. And it's the rocky guys. $50-50 on that one, I'm going to say. It might end up being what I have to chase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. This is... yeah. The Luckets are actually doing something now. Anyways, I've got a mine shaft to go and bug in a minute. I need the gilded here. Okay. No books yet. That's going to be annoying. Mono regen is down, which means gotta get my health back up. There we go. Poison guy who does far too much damage compared to other things because the poison does not scale based on difficulty. So that's gilded all sorted. Disappointingly enough. I say disappointingly enough because I would like to keep an excuse to keep harvesting gilded. At least with living, I can go, I need 2 more drowned hides than listed. Meanwhile, gilded, it's only because I need more diamonds in the long run. But that doesn't mean that I should be going out of my way to, yeah, like I said, 50-50 on whether or not I'm going to be chasing the tanks. I've gotten 1 purple so far, fairly early on from the first tank. But none from the next, like, 4 or 5, was that? At least this was tanks, so that justified me causing the spawner, and then it was like, well, I've already cleared it. no living yet. Might as well get to room 2 then. I think. What was up there? Well, besides hordes. Some women. Okay. One of the decent ones, because it's the 4 of all attached to each other. Nothing in that corner. Already did that corner. Books are done? Okay. So, living coins. Thanks. Bangle. Champion. And I didn't even use this. Did I need to do that right then because it was funny? Not really. Tank's done. I'm chasing living at this point. That's wooden, that's wooden. Spider dungeon. Maybe. Let's focus on completion first. You know, to be fair, I would settle for a Rosestone Ivy right now. Even a bad one. Because, like, I'm already using thorns. Not great thorns, but, like, I'm using some thorns on the shield. Like, yes, I'm going to lose the small amount of block chance. But I've just swapped to Life Leech on lucky hits. Did 16 minutes to find 3 drowned hides. Iskallia's lost with more time in this amount of drowned hides, right? But that's those. Like, I scouted all the points of interest. Those were living left, so. This tiny head turned out to be wooden. There's a living equivalent. Very similar in look. Ooh, soul shards. Horde mobs. 56 of 104, so I might even have this done just by going up here. If I get enough horde spawners compared to... Turbo Black SS drops. Ooh, do I chase double horde tasks? Very possibly. Especially if I complete... Okay. Out of ground hides. From that. Ooh. Dang. What was that? Like, yes, I know I stayed on the ground. But I should have at least made it over here. Like, the smallest edge of it, like... Dang. No living from that. Well, no, drowned hide. A lemon. Alright. Wonder where that bigger one is. Anyways. Stonefall 8. The I'm going to hit every stair on the way down. Stonefall. I'm down to I do what I want. So I have completion in hand. I need 2 more horde mobs. Now, is that soul shards or damage? Favorite sword. Well, not really. I just tend to get it with my builds. Because, like, honestly, 100 life leech should be modus operandi for my builds. Anyways, 10 minutes left. Well, 9 minutes left to try and do this stupid jump. Head upstairs, grab whatever fruit piece Idona has decided to grant me. Second lemon. Idona's like, oh, I'm second fiddle in this vault. To Valara, you come to me second? Go suck a lemon. That tells me where I'm like, where in the world could that be spawned? But the correct answer is over by the 4 woodens I left alone earlier. Yep. Gets caught right there. Small child, what are you doing in the fence? Alright. I now have the rest of the vault to turn up 2 drowned hides. I don't even have to collect them. I don't have to even turn them in. I just have to hit their chests and generate them. Oh, look. I haven't completed because of purple. Because you haven't found purple? No, because I haven't turned it in. I do wish, like, the God Favors had, like, the 2 different appearances. Also, I liked back in the day when you could get stones and actually set them. Like, yeah. I wouldn't say that getting fruit is a downgrade from being able to get, like, Tenos's favor as a capstone, but at the same time, did I even really get any champions during my champions domain kick? Red Scrollos. Dungeon mobs. I can ignore that. Honestly, I could go back and do that spider dungeon now. Except I do want to get those drowned hides out of the way because I have some decent kill horde bounties. And, like, yeah, I'm going to get the chance to do them as soon as I get, level 60 and take my next expertise. But at the same time, much better in stride now. living, so there's a chance here. That's going to be a ornate POI because of the lava and that shape over there in the hurdle back here. What's a good sign that you've probably played this mod pack a bunch or too much? Being able to recognize the points of interest by things as simple as one spot of lava in this location means it's this specific ornate because of the size of the POI spawn location there. It's a 5x5 with potentially a basement, which also allows for an ore, at least one living thing that honestly is rarer than I would expect. A different living one that's more common, the one with the pool and like the two living down in it. Whop. Alright. 2 minutes 50. This is an ore room. End of the line, and this is either a diamond or a circle, and I could answer that once I finish going east. 1. Circle. Okay. That was just particle effect distracting me, and not a... That's wooden. Where was the turn in? Not primary. Which means it's here. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't likely to get a what you call it? Yay. Another living, even if I had taken that last minute of runtime. So I just was like, yeah, let's bail. 8 is a respectable amount for the amount of random wandering around. 2. Okay, cool. I don't even actually have to Okay, so that means the chunks are still close enough to be loaded, but are outside of the 128 auto despawn distance. Good to know. Bop, 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 bop. Bounty Core wants one with 16 resource cards. So that was the worst possible roll on that Bounty Core. I have now annoyed myself because my Alexandrite is now way over there instead of here, so I should go grab some of that Alexandrite and bring it back over here so I can make my seals again. Paint room at size, my beloved. All right, power can start moving now. Come over here. There we go. Power now exists. All right. This goes here, this goes here. Honestly, I would love if I could put bounty cores and other cores into the deck stuff because, look, it's deck related, but at the same time, I understand why it hasn't been coded like that. So it goes in here. Echo is as Echo does. I'm going to collect some Alex. So Echo is as Echo does. Let's go there. Isn't that supposed to be the rare upgrade? And then it just keeps giving it to me. Alright. Yeah. Starter blazing. Yeah. These, as long as they don't have any power in them and haven't been set down, all share their data with the same size. Same here. So all right. Let's Stick the stupid torches in there. Don't know how Geeky's mailbox is doing for sending things to it. I know technically I could still keep sending and like it'll sort itself out, but I could also teleport my butt over here. And hand deliver some. Still needs blaze rods. How's this doing on fish? Respectable. That's nonsense, that's nonsense. Nonsense, 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 nonsense. I get to shove a bunch of nonsense in a box. Which box? This one! You can tell it's a nonsense box because of how it's marked. Nonsense. More nonsense. And then we grab the stupid chisel. And we convert one set of nonsense to another because I can't convert these back into just regular blackstone that I can throw at the altar. Bop. Alright. $45 in a bit. Pressed. Press. This makes a seal. This makes a seal. Really? Oh, one of those. Then we make the seal. Rock-a-burr, 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 rock-a-burr. Okay, simple. That's good to see. Load settings. That's been refreshed. You. Like, even that one I want to throw out. I am not impressed by anything in this batch so far. Alright, alright. That's at least a max roll on reach. And I'm going to scrap those three. I was very tempted to also throw the 1/7s out. Gorgeous. Alright. You can get a little scrap as a treat. Alright. Then does unload. I need to start putting up some fruit drawers soon. I think I go with a 2 and a 4. That lets me take up that space cleanly. Like, I know aesthetically I could do, like, a, what you call it? level 3. But honestly, I don't think that's going to look any good. So we're going to go with four. And like I can even set their indexes now because I've got the star fruit. Am I going to leave any star fruit in there? No. Am I going to annoy people with the way I'm going to put the fruit in there compared to everything else? Probably not, because nobody else thinks quite as much as I do about these things. Alright. Kiwis, grapes. And like this isn't far out there. Like this is pretty run-of-the-mill, like that's all sensible ordering anyways. Except for the fact that it's inverted from like how the compression chests do things. So I haven't gotten any of that. Because I haven't spotted an Oopaline door and thought, hey, I should go in it or anything like that. So, and I haven't gotten enough key pieces for another key, so I can't start running whatever is next over there. Oh. Just going to get on my nerves if they overflow. Why don't you just put the auto compaction? Because sometimes I want to pull the planks out. And if they're always just getting converted to the logs, I can't. Copper. Like, and honestly, like, some of the words I have only are valid if I don't get, or if I hook this up to like an RS system. All right. What am I up to on Vault Diamonds? That's a healthy replacement, yeah. I really should do more cages soon. that's all pretty much given. Food gets reset on entry, so that's not a problem. That's all set. This matters to nobody but me. Okay. Oh no, they're resting. Yeah, like, anyways. I think bangles and jars are the tough. If bangles rolled 2, I would say jars all day. Because pages are just... it's tedium. Not a roll problem. Because you don't go looking through rooms because you're having a tough time finding wooded. You just go on to the next common room and hope you don't roll all special chests. Meanwhile, something like jars, you have to hope that you get things like the carved points of interest or the epics for like 5 jars to be really consistent. Which, hey, I'm not going to complain too much about getting 3 of 5 on that first carve there. There's some wooden in here. I don't need the gilded, but really, can I say I want to really dodge the entire library? Little library. Shoved in this corner here, the secret library. No. Especially not because there are some wooden in it. So, like, you can at least justify having poked it for the wooden. It's like, yeah, I do need 24. Small children keep attacking me. Hey, to be fair, some of those are full-grown adults because of how the stupid bears work. Unfortunately, their guardians also showed up, so, they might have been children, who knows? That one was on me. Just the wrong timing on that jump. Anyways, there's still a guy that wants to come and kick my ass somewhere around in this local vicinity. Swear. There he is. Next room, next room, next room. Because that's just a wooden carved there. And as I said, wooden, you just go on to the next room if you need them. Tanks. Ornate. This should be. No. This is a slightly upward one. Living! Which I don't need for any of this, but... There we go. Okay, I do actually need it for this, right? Right. Gotta remember arms. Gotta remember arms. So... perfectly reasonable. Two arms? Two arms. I did not check my money before starting this vault. And I've had at least a few kind of expensive ones recently. Even with the discount card. Okay, I'm over my entry threshold, so I've got at least a little bit in a little bit of my free spending threshold. My entry threshold being 2 stacks gold. Coins, wooden. Bangle. 2 bangles. Not 3. Get your butts over here. Yep. Boys, that's rude. No camping. If you can't jump over, you need to keep wandering around. Okay. I think one of the thoughts that went through my head at one point was, imagine if, as a balancing, like, you got slightly better mono-regen all told, but, the magnet had an upkeep mana cost. Ornate. Would it be a decent balance? Absolutely not. Would it annoy the heck out of people? Quite certainly. Would it be good game design? Not at all. Oh no, I maybe lost my job. Oh well. Anyways, single wooden, where if I caught the chain at the right angle, I could pop up to it. Remember, if you're going to play something like Lucky Hit Life Leech, since you need to not get knocked back, take advantage of Minecraft's knockback resistance and crouch. Because Minecraft comes with an inherent knockback resistance while crouching. The extra 9.8 is just enough to reach. That sounded potentially... No, not coins. That's the middle one there. Coins don't exist there. Bummer. Gotta remember, I'm still not done on bone shards. Finished some of the other things already, some of the tough ones, but not actually done on bone shards. I definitely lost because I miscounted something on a run, and it was like a stupid miscount, like spent 15 minutes doing other things level of miscount. Do appear to have the 3 bangles. 5 bangles. So I'm going to say almost certainly I've got enough green bangles. So right now, it's paper and jars that are holding me up. And I said at the beginning that it was either the green bangles or the jars were going to be the problem. Jars just because at 5, I have to actually either get lucky or turn up a decent amount of POIs. With coins, it's kind of both, but at the same time, it could be like one point of interest gets really lucky. Like, I went from 3 to 6 in roughly 1 point of interest in that last room, and it's like, okay. Whereas most natural ornate points of interest do not have enough ornates in them to get you 5 jars, even with like the most godly. I need to really focus at some point. Most godly roll of the RNG. I do wish that we had an AD Stonefall variant, because I can toss them around all day by jumping down like that. There would just be something about, hey, I jumped down, and my sheer force as a barbarian obliterates them, even as I like take 50% fall damage or whatever. But no, it's AP based or whatever. So it's not like a proper seismic hit, where the barbarian just hits with so much force. Anyways. Ugh. Yeah, I gotta love the reach range things where, like, the difference in the reach range is whether or not you're crouching because of the upward angle or things like that, and the shape of the chest. This corn pile's wooden. Alright. Page is done. Yeah, I'm down to just jars, which could solve itself right here. We'll see. No guarantees. Bummer. Grab some of these. Fundy. Nah. Epic boots? No. Alright. I may have 6 minutes left, but 6 minutes of finding a specific point of interest. Noting that last vault, I burned how much time looking for 2 more drowned hides for my own purpose. Like, okay, yeah, I took the horde hunting altars, but like, something, something. Don't take ores for granted. That, I believe, is gilded up there. Bottle's already gone. Remember, if you've already looked in it, it can't sort itself. Alright. And that's jars. Cool. Arms. And there's no doubt on the bagels there. Let's see, any more gilded? No. Okay. We should stand up after this vault. Because I've been sitting at an awkward angle and my hip's killing me. But I'm almost at 3 hours anyways, so that's my usual time, and honestly, 3 vaults. Ooh, juicy. What you eat? Gorgeous. Don't mind if I do. Alright. Want to head down into the basement in the 15-second timer. So let's get a couple of central ones. Clear and then head up. Maybe you should head up a little bit early. What if you get bad on your dashing? Then I'll have to grab out some kiwis. Oh. Don't know how much of that actually managed to absorb in that last moment. It'd be great if I managed to get the mod box there, but I have no clue what my count was before that. Alright. Fucking bounties. Kill horde, kill horde. I'll get enough. Like, we already have proven that I can do double horde challenges. Okay, so 2 grape rewards. And a mango reward. Noting the grape rewards tend to be 2 grapes, not 1. Refresh that. Take the rocks out. Put the rocks back. Take the swords out. Put the swords back. Technically, by putting the fruit into drawers, I've actually made a quite annoying conundrum for myself. Because if I simply steer and deposit, it's going to do that with all the fruit. That doesn't, that at least has any amount of the fruit in the drawer. So if I go like this, my kiwis and grapes also end up here. Which means potentially this needs to start going to, instead of match inventory, be that, but then I have to go, okay, 100% of the storage on this has to be reserved, locked out, or otherwise everything I could possibly want to deposit from my backpack here needs to exist in the filtering someplace. Like, why are the rocks in there? The rocks are supposed to be in here. Anyways, looks like I got some nonsense. Really? I guess the native gilded blackstone is in the, what you call it? Drop. Compress, 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 compress. How much driftwood ended up in here? 63. It's not a terrible amount, but still. Yeah, I think probably I'm going to wrap today's with that vault, so not another one today. Black opal, cool. So I should probably go open all those packs of cards I've been getting. Especially if they're not going to let me put any more into there until I open those ones. And black opal. There we go. All right. These are this category. This is all nonsense. So it goes in nonsense blue here. Even though I swear I should have had crimson boards already someplace. Bop. Yeah, let's go ahead. Rarity. Sure, silver for ornate. Quantity. Scene for dungeon mobs, even though I don't think I'll be doing much dungeon mobbing. blue column, horde mobs, and tropic bind. Honestly. Alright. I'm starting to getting a healthy amount of nonsense. To make decks happen. That one at least rolled decent pools. Not great, but nothing that was like, all of this needs scrapped immediately. Okay. No. 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 My boxes. 1K. Starter solar panel. Alright. Alright. Ooh, Pence gained health. That's good to know. Yeah, I need to build this up. For the next one, I should seeds, lapis arrows. And I haven't bothered to put deep slate into a standard drawer yet. It doesn't compact, so it's not enough seeds, not enough lapis. stand right against it, it'll eat them first. Anyways, yeah, seeds and lapis. How's power doing on this? That one's full. What is that one? Like, it isn't absorbing power from that, is it? Okay, it is. I think. Yeah, this may take a while. Actually, we know it can't be pulverized, so and now I've got 280 a tick instead of 4 a tick. Iron generator loses its power when it's picked up, apparently. Oh well. No great loss, 16k. Sure, I now no longer have anything eating my scaffolding, but at the same time, like, do I need something to be actively eating my scaffolding? Probably not. At least not in that way. If I started doing more raw bones, maybe I would want something to do with that. But at that point, I could pull out one of the furninators or whatever. Get far more out of it. 7 sets deposited. Alright. Right. There's no active lapis in the system because it's not converting. So I have to manually put that one in. Okay. Ooh, up to 4. Yeah. Oh, stabati. And then we put the new rock on. Ew. Ew. I am not a fan of that. It's not difficult. But that much bricks, it almost is like, yeah, I do need to actually go and deal with villagers. How many bricks do I have in here? None? 8 standard bricks, no bricks. 8 brick items, no bricks block. All right. I think unloaded. I've got 1 crystal made. In theory, I should probably craft the seal real quick. Which I think probably will be me doing a scav next again. $5,700. How am I doing on points? I did get back below my threshold. All right. At the appropriate amount of gold. Shovel still has the smallest amount of damage. Hoping the machete manages to last 5 more levels. 4.5. Because it's got no more repairs. And I want 6 and 65's tool. Which I should. That's the black chromatic, which is 12 black chromatic. I have the opal for that, the bronze driftwood. Yeah, like that. That'll happen. Nice to see that we actually do get all of the info well ahead of time. Yeah, that's 8 steel. I'm currently running the chromatic iron. Yeah. It's like, it's this. Plus this. That's a chromatic steel plus, was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. No, because that's only half a stack, right? No, that's a full stack. Okay. Yeah. And then to make absolutely certain, that lives in there. Don't quite have enough echo to make echoing ingots. Not that I'm anywhere near the level for it, because that's 80. If I had gotten more hammering jewels, 65 would be one of the times it's also tempting to do a hammer finally. In theory, I should get around to doing the speed upgrades and other things like that for the pulverizing and the furnace, instead of sticking the one upgrade thing I've got in fishies that I'm not even checking frequently enough to justify any kind of boost. Fishies. I gave you the booster, didn't I? I'm going to be really annoyed if it turns out those are eating the boosters. It's not there, not in there. Not in there. Not in there. I don't think I've got any other thermo things running. I swear I put it in here. Do I have a second one wandering around? I think I have any other thermal machines currently sitting about. Like, it wasn't one of the expensive parts of what I bought. And I got it out of a mod box, but I will be slightly annoyed if it turns out it's just like deleting that when I stick in the fish thing. Which, like, I don't know how many people try and put anything in the fish thing. It wasn't any of these four machines. Yeah, I think it just ate it. Bummer. I go through the VODs and figure out exactly where I put it and double check that it was that ate it. Okay. Truth be told, I should come over here, hit the hay on this, and then wrap for today. Day 25. T-minus 2 hours to the SMP launch. Hope to see you guys in chat. Catch you there. Bye.